Hare Krishna to all devotees. We welcome you to the YouTube official channel of ISKCON Bulla. Today, His Grace Padaseva Das Prabhuji, President of ISKCON Bulla, is going to deliver a lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 47. Here, Lord Krishna orders Uddhava to deliver his message to gopis, console them, and return back to Mathura. And the further details we are going to hear from His Grace Padaseva Das Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Om Yagyan Divinandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmritam Jena Dasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON Bulla official YouTube channel. Today, as Engineer Rakesh introduced, I am going to give a lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 47. This is most confidential message to the gopis, the Lord's dearest ones, and through Uddhava, he is also very dear to the Lord, as the Lord has stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Canto 11, Chapter 14. Uddhava is very dearest to Lord, and similarly at the gopis. So there are so many points there in this chapter, but I am only describing in brief. So as I have described earlier, the Lord, after getting education from Ujjaini, from Sandipani Muni, and this gave this message to Uddhava. So we have heard in 1046 how the Lord sent Uddhava. So the Lord came, Uddhava came, and he reached the Nandagram in the evening. At that time, he saw Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda in Nanda Maharaj's palace, and he was consoling them throughout the night, and they are going on crying, and he failed in his mission of consoling Nanda Maharaj. We cannot understand these things so easily. So in the morning, the gopis saw the golden chariot. That golden chariot, in which chariot Lord Krishna was carried by Akrura from Vrindavan or Nandagram to Mathura. Lord Krishna did not come. And so that who is coming again? So they saw Uddhava. Uddhava in the early morning, next day morning, he took his rituals and came in the particular spot where the Lord Krishna has said to him, you can meet them there. He went there, the gopis, thousands, crores of gopis, 300 crores, 3 billion gopis. They danced with the Lord. So it is inconceivable. Unless one is a devotee, he cannot understand. So Uddhava, the gopis, met with Uddhava very affectionately, and they welcomed Uddhava. All these things are described. Then Uddhava says that Uddhava then consoles gopis. Then Uddhava came to Radharani. Radharani's name is not mentioned directly in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Radharani was like mad person, and she uttered 10 verses called Bhramara Gita. Very difficult to understand. Anyway, I am speaking one verse, 10:47-18. Radharani says, Jadanucharit lila karna piyusha viprut sakrut adana viduta dandadharma vinashta sapadi griha kutumbam dinam utsrujya dina bhava iha vihanga bhikkhu charam charanti. That jadanucharitam, here Radharani blames the Lord, and in this way Radharani praises the Lord. So Radharani says, Jat anucharita lila karna piyusha viprut, that the Lord's, Krishna's pastimes, lila karna piyusha, this is nectar to the ears, viprut, Even one who hears once, viprut, shakrut, adana. Shakrut means once, adana. Viduta dvanda dharma vinashta. This material world is dvanda dharma. There is opposite things are there. Happiness is there, sorrow is there, like that, dvanda dharma. But once hearing the Lord's pastimes, this is all wiped away, this is all vanished. Sapadi griha kutumba dinam utsruta dina. So what happens? Now immediately that person, he leaves his family, griha kutumbam dinam utsruja dina, leaving them in a very helpless condition. Bahava iha bhyanga bhikkhu charam charanti. There is not a single devotee who has done this. Crores of devotees have done like this. There is a history. So in this way, in his purport, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti says, Sadhu Vesa Channa Mahaghatakottam Ghatakottam Purana Pustakasya. Here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur very nicely gives an example that Sadhu Vesa Channa Mahaghatakottam. He is a saint, but actually he is a killer, Mahaghatakottam. And Purana Pustakasya Jahalattam. This Purana Pustaka, this Srimad Bhagavatam and other Vedic literatures are Jahalattam. Just like one catches fish through a net, similarly, this is a net, Jalaka, Jalatam. Ateva te banad banam brahmata. Therefore, that sadhu, that saintly person, he wanders from one bana to another bana, one forest to another forest. So kakya grihita pustaka. How he travels? He keeps the book in his kakya, and vyasadinam jalam nirmatve. Vyasadi, in this way, when they are suffering, vyasana, jalam nirmatve, vyasadinam, Vyasa and other writers of Vedic literatures, Krishna ordered them to create this jalam nirmatve Krishnasya param purushatvena. Krishna is param purusha. Indirectly it is said that they are liberated from these material conditions and they love Lord Krishna. As the Lord says, Sarva Dharman Paritejya. Similarly, this message is like that. The indirect message blaming Krishna, but actually it is praising Lord Krishna. So, in this way, Radharani was telling so many verses, 10 verses, that is called Bhramara Gita, most confidential topics. So, at the time, while deeply meditating on her association with Krishna, Radharani noticed a bumblebee before her. Imagining the bee to be a messenger from him, she said, "Just as bees wander among various flowers, Sri Krishna has abandoned the young girls of Braja and developed affection for other women." The gopi continued to speak in this way, contrasting her own supposed ill fortune to her rival lover's good fortune, that is Mathura women. All the while glorifying the names, forms, qualities and pastimes of Lord Krishna, she then declared that although Krishna may have abandoned the gopis, they could not possibly stop remembering him for even a moment. This way the gopis began to remember the pastimes they had enjoyed with Sri Krishna, and putting aside all ordinary propriety and shyness, they loudly wept. In this way, Uddhava tried to console the damsels of Braja who were so anxious to see Krishna once again. Uddhava explained, while ordinary persons must perform many pious deeds to qualify as servants of Lord Krishna, you simple coward girls are so extremely fortunate that the Lord has favored you with the very highest degree of pure devotion with him for him. Uddhava then related to them the Lord's message. Quoting Lord Krishna, Uddhava said, "I am the Supreme Soul and Supreme Shelter of all. By my potencies I create, maintain and destroy the cosmos. I am indeed most dear to you gopis, but to increase your attraction for me and intensify your remembrance of me, I left you. After all, when a woman's beloved is far away, she fixes her mind upon him constantly. By incessantly remembering me, you are sure to regain my association without delay. That by thinking of the Lord, one associates. This is the non-dual character of the Lord. The gopis then asked Uddhava, is Krishna happy now that Kansa is dead and he can enjoy the company of his family members and the women of Mathura? Does he still remember all the pastimes he enjoyed with us, such as the rasa dance? Will Sri Krishna once again appear before us and give us ecstasy, just as Lord Indra with his rain gives life back to the forests aggrieved by the summer heat? Although we know that the greatest happiness comes from renunciation, we simply cannot stop hoping to attain Krishna, for the marks of his lotus feet are still present throughout the land of Braja, reminding us of his graceful gait, generous smiles and gentle talks. By all these our hearts have been stolen away. So they started crying. In 52 text, the Gopi says, He Natha, He Ramanatha, Brajanatha, Artinasana, Magnam Uddhara Govinda, Gokulam Brijanar Navat. They stopped talking to Uddhava. They looked at Mathura and they cried, He Natha, O Master, He Ramanatha, O Master of the Goddess of Fortune, Brajanatha Artinasana. You, Master of Braja, you destroy all sufferings. And Magnam Uddhara Govinda, O Govinda, please lift your Gokula out of the ocean of distress in which it is drowning. So Sripad Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says in his purport in this verse that Ramayamapi Nathaya Mana Abhut Madhurja Rasa Vilasadi Mahasampate. Ramaya Natha, Lakshmi, he is the husband of Lakshmi, but here it is in Vrindavan, it is Madhurja Rasa, Rasa Vilasadi Mahasampade, more than Lakshmi's. Uddhava then pacified the gopis with statements that dispelled their pain of separation, and then in return worshipped him as non-different from Sri Krishna. Uddhava stayed in the district of Braja for several months. Katichit Sama stated in 47th chapter that Katichit Mahasan, Acharya says 11 months, almost 11 months, less than one month less than a year. And Uddhava Sharidvana Giridronei Bhikshan Kusumita Dhruvan Krishnam Sama Sansmar and Reme Haridasa Brajukasa. Here Uddhava is stated as Haridasa. There are three persons who are called Haridas in Srimad Bhagavatam. One is this Uddhava, another is Yudhishthira Maharaj, and another is Govardhana. So Sukadeva Goswami says Haridvana Giridronei. In this way Uddhava along with gopis, they traveled through rivers, forests, mountains, valleys and flowering trees of Braja, enjoyed inspiring the inhabitants of Vrindavan by reminding them of Lord Krishna. Sansmaritam, they remembered as if Krishna is there. They forgot that Krishna is away. They forgot by this message of Uddhava. In this way, very satisfied at seeing the extent of the gopis' love for the Lord, he declared. Uddhava was astonished. He had not seen such love for the Lord. He has seen so many devotees in Mathura, in heavens, and throughout the world. But he had not seen such love as by the gopis. So he says, these coward girls have perfected their lives by coming to the platform of unalloyed love for Krishna. Indeed, even Lord Brahma is inferior to them. The goddess of fortune herself, who always resides on Krishna's chest, could not get the same mercy as that which the gopis obtained during the rasa dance. when Krishna embraced their necks with his mighty arms. What then to speak of the other women? It is stated in text 61. So Uddhava prays to the Lord for the dust of the lotus feet of gopis. Very famous verse. Asamaho charanarenu jusamaham syam Vrindavane kimapi gurmalato sadhinam jadustya sojana arja patang chahitva bhejo mukunda padabhir sutibhi vimukya. Asa, this is my desire. Aho, he was astonished by seeing the gopis, love of gopis. So he wants to smear on his head the dust particle of the lotus feet of the gopis. Charana renu jusam maham syam. So how is it possible? If he asks the gopis to give their this dust, but the gopis do not give. So he wants to be a Vrindavan kimapi gurmalata sudhina, a very small plant or herb in Vrindavan, in which ja dustajam sodana arja patang charitva. These gopis, they left everything for the Lord, sarva dharman parityajya. So when they are in quest of Lord Krishna, he can get the dust of their lotus feet. In this way he has prayed. And also in Sandarbha, it is stated by Sri Jiva Goswami, Shrutibhi Vimugyam, Shrutibhi Mrugyam eva nantu labhyam. The Shrutibhi, these Vedic literatures or Shruti, they are in quest of the Lord, but they have not obtained him. But these gopis have obtained the love. So finally, Uddhava entreated Nanda Maharaj and other coward men for permission to go back to Mathura. Nanda presented him with many gifts and prayed to Uddhava for the ability to always remember Krishna. This is a perfection of life, if you can remember Krishna. And this is the essence of all Vedic literature. It is stated. Smartavya satatang visnum vismartavya najat jit sarva vidhi nishedha syur etor eva kinkara. Always we should remember him and we should not forget him. And whatever do's and don'ts mentioned in Vedic literature, all these rules are the servant of this main rule, always to remember Krishna. So I pray the Lord to give us his remembrance and to give our listeners also to his remembrance. And in the end, I will request you to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare.